We've got some strong opinions on what you should focus on, but we'd like to get your input.
I want to win the NBA Cup.
That puts a lot of pressure on you and your...
Okay, fantastic. Wish being a GM was always a...
Everything good, MP?
Game time. Let's get it, MP. MP, let's bring it tonight.
MP, I'm Donna. Nice to meet you.
I'm telling you, Hunter, best movie I've seen in the past 20 years, for sure. Yeah,
Okay, I guess
yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Definitely.
Hey, can I ask you one last question?
Of course, shoot.
So you grew up in Illinois, about a couple hours outside Chicago, right?
Right.
And I know you're too young to have watched Jordan's Bulls in the moment, but I was wondering, how has his legacy affected you as you developed into the player you are today?
MJ's legacy. Man, if you're a hooper from Illinois, that shadow that he casts, it follows you everywhere.
Felt bad, yeah.
Yeah, people, they still talking about looking for the next MJ, like LeBron never happened.
Still, being from Chicago, that's a pretty heavy burden trying to live up to that.
It is, and it isn't, I don't put pressure on myself for results. I put pressure on myself to work. If I put in as much work as possible, I'll live with whatever happens.
So you're not trying to one-up the GOAT?
Oh, nah, man. I'm trying to learn from him. How he continued to evolve as a player, how he balanced taking over a game and still keeping his teammates involved. Do I think that I have greatness? Of course. But it's not about comparing myself to MJ. It's about maximizing my gifts and my talents and using them in a way that leads to us winning more games. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, winning games. And that's what I hope to do here.
Nicely done. I can see that media training's paying off.
I was just honest, mostly.
But you didn't give them any bulletin board material, okay? Which shows maturity and restraint. Look, I get it. Tooting your own horn feels really good when you've earned it the way you have. But you know what? The real pros, they let their game do the talking.
MJ did not hold back on saying bold statements.
But you're thinking MJ once he was MJ. He didn't come into the league talking like that. Okay. And you know why? Because that sort of thing doesn't fly when your teammates don't know if you can back it up.
All right, that makes sense.
Good.
I hear you, Donna.
All right. Now, they're ready to take some photographs, and it sounds like they're considering you for the cover.
Okay, that's what's up. So, you got any advice for me?
Pose in a way that reflects your... Okay? You know a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you head over there now? They're all set up for you.
Thank you as always.
Good luck.
Thank you.
MP, huge fan.
What's up, man? How you doing? You
Good.
all right?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, this is what we'll be shooting today.
All right. Stand
Yeah.
right here.
Right there. See some of your best poses.
All right, man.
Oh, that's the magic right there. Yep. Hold that. Perfect.
All right.
We got all we need.
Cool. Hey, you know when this issue comes out, man?
I don't know the exact date, but follow us on social, and it'll be up there first.
All right. I got you, man. Thanks.
All right, MP.
Yep.
Good luck out there, MP.
Win this game so we can go hit the buffet for some chicken wings.
Time to talk rotation.
Great. I've been looking forward to this.
Every NBA player wants to start someday, and I'm sure you're no different.
I've never come off the bench a day in my life, Coach.
That's pretty much the case for every player in an NBA locker room, until they get to the league.
Right? Of course.
There's no nice way to say this, so I'm gonna put it bluntly. You've got an established player in front of you. You want his spot, you're gonna have to take it from him.
Okay. That makes sense.
This team is a meritocracy. You get the minutes you earn. Nothing's given. It doesn't matter what your draft position is or how much you're getting paid. You get it done out there on the court, we'll put you in the starting lineup.
So just so I'm clear, how do you make that decision? Like, will you let me know when I've done enough to become a starter?
Yeah, we've got some milestones we want to see you hit. You hit them, we'll put you in the starting lineup.
This is all pretty straightforward.
Like Cliff said, communication is a big part of what we do here as a ball club.
I can see that, and it's much appreciated, Coach.
Good. Now get ready. It's almost game time.
All right. I'll see you later, Coach.
See you.
Yo.
So how'd it go with Coach? Any surprises? What'd he say?
Yeah, not really. If I want to be a starter, then I got to outplay the guy ahead of me. Simple as that.
Yeah. And that seemed fair.
It's sports. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, not to bring any extra motivation or anything like that, but you know only starters get endorsement deals, right?
I already know. You know, dudes on the bench ain't getting no shoe deal.
They're not. Not right now, but that day will come.
Okay.
For right now, just take this in. We in the league. I mean, you ever visualize something like this?
You know what, P, man? I never really thought about what the tunnel looks like, man.
No. I'm not talking about the tunnel. I'm talking about right here. You and me, you getting ready to play in your first NBA game.
Honestly, no. You know, nothing prepares you for this, man. No matter how many high-pressure situations that you face, it's just...
Ready to light it up tonight.
The National Basketball Association and the Atlanta Hawks are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member. Don't forget to give out our next promotional day. Fans will receive a free reusable Hawks grocery bag. Together, we can make a difference. We'll see you at our next game.
And tonight, we've all been waiting for the start of a brand new NBA season. And it's our favorite day of the year at 2K Sports. Stand two of the greatest words in all of sports, opening day.
Absolutely, Brian. Everybody's undefeated.
Do against these guys. Good luck.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, let's toss it over to the sideline for a report on MP.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of anticipation for the rookie MP as he makes his NBA debut tonight. I caught up with him before the game and asked if he had any reflections on his journey here, and he said, I had to grow a lot as a player, not just in skills, but in my approach to the game. He told me that it's been a long journey to get here, but that it's just the first step in the best chapter yet.
Well, Allie, I know a lot of people are excited about MP's potential. And Grant, a look here at MP, this year's first-round draft pick. He grew up outside of Chicago, and what a moment for him to enjoy his first NBA minutes.
And you talked to MP about his time growing up, and he shared that he studied Jordan and the Bulls. It's a dream come true for him to step out onto an NBA court and try to follow those footsteps.
On the floor for Brooklyn, D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Johnson. And it's Shays in at the 4 spot.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Claxton passes to Johnson. Thomas outside. Six on the shot clock. Over LeVert. Thomas, that's good. Thomas has got 9 points. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. The lead is 15. But you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. Do you think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
The shot by Russell, no good.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Right wing. Russell against Young. Rebounded by the Nets. First chance of the season for them to go up against Atlanta.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end. Really looking for some improvement here.
Pass to Claxton. Claxton, a screen on LeVert. And here's Thomas from the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Thomas. Atlanta making some changes here. Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Niang comes in for Daniels. And Krejci subbed in for Trae Young. Here's Krejci. Melton covers. From 10 feet away. Outside for LeVert. Floats one. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Already 6 of their points coming off second chances. Pretty impressive.
Risacher, he's checked in for Niang. Williams is checked in for Brooklyn. For close to a decade now, Stan, Clint Capella has been a double-double machine.
Well, Brian, I think the key to Capella is he knows who he is. He's a great rebounder, rim runner, and shot blocker, and then he doesn't force things offensively, and that's why he's had one of the highest shooting percentages in NBA history.
KYG, know your game. The Hawks making a switch here. Niang's checked in. And a change for the Nets. Johnson, he's checked in for Johnson. Nets trail by 18. 1:02 left in the first. Melton outside. Pass to Shays. Back to Melton. From downtown. They get the rebound. Tries again. The shot by Shays, no good.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Here's Krejci. He's scoreless. And here's Capella, guarded by Sharp. Pass to Risacher. Outside for LeVert. Here's Krejci. Takes a three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
An excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
Here's Melton. Another shot. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we got a blowout underway here. Atlanta on top, running away with this one. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Atlanta.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
We got Risacher, George Niang out there with Clint Capella. And then it's Caris LeVert, and it's Krejci in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Down low. Here's Capella. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. Nets trail by 21. Shades passes to Melton. Williams on the wing to the paint. They set the pick. Rebounded by the Hawks. Risacher's got 4 rebounds now. All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
Melton passes to Williams. Three-pointer sharp. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
Here's Krejci. Melton covers to the inside. LeVert. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. LeVert's got 5 now.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
They set the screen. The kick out to Johnson. Pass to Shays. The Nets need to get off a shot here. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Risacher. Williams defending. Fades. Brooklyn with the board. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. Melton finds Williams. Fires the 3. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
They've got some ground to make up, and shooting the 3-ball more consistently like they are now should help them do it.
Niang outside. Pass to Risacher. Some solid defense from Williams.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And here's Sharp. Here's Shays, defended by Niang. Here's Shays. Back to Williams. It's rebounded by Risacher. Risacher's got 5 rebounds in the game.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
And here's Melton. No points so far. Here's Shays. The kick out to Johnson. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
And it's a completely new group for the Hawks. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Williams. Thomas, he's checked in for Johnson. And Russell is subbed in for Melton. Here's Young. Russell with the rebound. Nets trail by 19. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Here's Young. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now. Johnson passes to Russell. Pulls it. And that one's good. Nice pass to set him up. Shays has got his first 2 points of the night.
A reliable distributor. Russell will find ways to set his guys up.
Nance, the pass to Young. Here's Daniels. To stop the drought. Can't get it to fall. Now 3 for 5 in this one. The Nets have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Claxton, a screen on Young. Inside. And slammed it home, and a foul. A chance at another point at the line. Larry Nance picks. So it's the Atlanta Hawks going into the break up 12. They're showing impressive focus out there, and it's paying off big on both ends of the floor. We'll be right back.
I think for Atlanta, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time of year for everybody. Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Atlanta Hawks.
They're giving a...
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back...
Just about ready for the second half here. A big cup.
Make you sweat a little, all right?
And so it's Atlanta with it. Okongwu finds LeVert. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, LeVert is willing to put his body on the line, doing whatever it takes to get past the foul and score.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
What a performance. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. And so in the game for the Nets, we've got Nicholas Claxton. Johnson is out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Cameron Johnson. And it's Shays in at the power forward position. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Here's Niang. Here we go. Up the floor. Floats one up. The shot by Shays, no good. Atlanta leading by 14. Outside Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. Clock at 6. Here's LeVert. Claxton with the block. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Sharp, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And there's 1:38 left in the third quarter. And here's LeVert for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Shays has got 4 rebounds in the game. And over the last 4 seasons, Stan, the Hawks have hovered around 500.
Yeah, but trending downward year over year. Without control of their first-round picks for the next 3 seasons from the DeJounte Murray trade, Brian, they've got no choice but to make it work.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's LeVert. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
Matthews, he's checked in for the Hawks. Bufkin comes in for Krejci. And a change for the Nets. Wilson's checked in for Johnson. All right, let's take a second to view the 2K leaderboard and look at last season's top scoring squads. Atlanta in 5th.
Then last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together.
Man, he's checked in for the Hawks. Krejci comes in for Bufkin. LeVert goes against Johnson. Fires for 3. LeVert, that's good. LeVert's got 8 here in this quarter.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Here's Shays. Drives to the hoop. And he throws it down with one hand.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. No good from the wing.
Man, coach is going to have a few words with him after that shot.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
Here's LeVert. Here's Niang. And here at the end of the 3rd, it's a double-digit ball game. Atlanta on top, up by 12. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. Quinn Snyder with some words for his players.
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. George Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Caris LeVert, and it's Krejci in at small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. And there's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Nance comes in for Niang, and it's Matthews in for Krejci.
Garrison Matthews.
Here's Matthews.
Brooklyn foul. His first. Team second.
LeVert outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bufkin. And it's rejected. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Nets trail by 10. Sharp a screen on Nets. Here's Shays into the lane. And that one is hammered home.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Here's LeVert. Here's Bufkin. And the three-pointer goes. Bufkin's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Well, the Nets shooting around 50% of the game so far. Here's Shays. He's guarded by Nance. Basket's good.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Here's LeVert. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. Pass to Matthews. Nance right side. From 15 feet away. Rebound Brooklyn. Sharp's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Larry Nance with a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Krejci's checked in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Shays driving inside, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Oh, what a powerful finish. You could feel the impact.
Oh, he's going to be bragging about that one later, and for good reason, too, man.
Well, that's what poor defense will get you. They deserve to get dunked on there.
The kick out to Nance. Pass to Matthews. LeVert outside. Here's Krejci. Takes the 3. And it's Shays with a rebound. Shays has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Wilson. Watford outside. Now here's Melton. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Trae Young, he's checked in for the Hawks. And the Nets also making a change. Thomas is checked in. Atlanta leading by 7. Nance with a screen on Melton. Buckets. He's now 6 of 10 from the field.
This is all you can do if you're the defense. LeVert is excellent at gutting his way through physical coverage.
Here's Shays. To the middle. Here's Sharp. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
LeVert goes against Melton. Good. Now 7 for 11 on the night.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Here's Shays. The rebound by the Hawks. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face them. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. A nice shot by Krejci. And now a 12-point Hawks lead.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Shays. He's guarded by Nance. Shays passes to Thomas. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. There's Young with the 3, and Atlanta hits again from deep. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Also, lots of hustle on the offensive end, following shots and creating tons of second-chance opportunities.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Overall, their shot selection has been much better here in the second half. We'll see if the rest of their game follows suit.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And the Hawks. Sharp grabs the miss. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort. And you have to give it up for the Hawks.
And it was dueling three-pointers all night. A battle they won.
Both teams had the same plan. Win the game on the perimeter. So fun to watch.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
Man, he's checked in for Atlanta. 6 to shoot. Here's Shays, and he drives in. Capella with a rebound. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Pass to Man. Now Capella. Man to the post. Back to Capella. Here's Man. Nails it from 3. And the Hawks lead by 21.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line for 2.
And so he makes both from the line. So we see the Hawks taking the W here. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to...
Don't beat yourself up till you check the tape.
First game in the pros. I'm sure your phone is blowing up.
Makes sense.
Look,
Good game, MP.
All right. You got your feet wet. Now the real work starts.
Whatever it... Coach, that was great. That was...
Which reminds me, we've talked a lot about...
Just caught MP's first game. What a debut. Just like his first album going gold, next album going go platinum. Just watch.
Tough game tonight. Get them next time. Drink plenty of fluids. Win the swamp tonight. Every game is a new day, MP.
into a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to
It's Friday night and live on 2K Sports. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more.
Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Hearing scouts talk about MP before the draft, the one concern they had was his hesitation to take over games himself.
And I think that's just how MP is wired, right? He's always been a team-first player, even if that means sacrificing his own shot a bit too often.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Williams is out there with Cameron Johnson. Then it's Russell. Then there's Cam Thomas. And it's Shays in at the center position. Suggs passes to Carter. Banchero outside. Out to Carter. Trying his luck from deep. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Shot clock at 2. Drills the three-pointer. Carter's got 5.
And when you call a play for Carter Jr., you really want to get him something in rhythm. Great execution there.
Here's Shays. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, the hopes of a super team in Brooklyn did not come to fruition at all, Richard, and you saw it firsthand.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Kevin. Yes, I had a front row view to it. And look, from a fan's perspective, it's a tough take. The team brings in some of the biggest stars this league has ever seen. You are thinking championship, and you never got close.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Hey guys, well the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. They're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the report there, Shams. Most appreciated. Johnson with a screen on Carter. Shades. Good work defensively by Carter.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at the rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Caldwell-Pope kicks to Suggs. Banchero against Johnson. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instant.
And the Nets making a change here. Sharp's checked in. Here's Shays. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Wagner outside. Banchero left side. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Why fade away there? Just making the shot more difficult, if you have to ask me.
Shays the pass to Sharp. Here's Shays. His last outing, 16 points for him. With the drive, and he goes in for the dunk.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stop.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Pass to Banchero. The shot from the low post is good. Banchero's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Johnson with a screen on Banchero. Here's Shanes. The shot comes out. Great defense that time from Banchero. Pass to Suggs. Back to Wagner. Russell against Suggs. And here's Banchero. The rebound by Sharp.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Shays can't hit.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Inside, Banchero gets to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Carter. They double him with Russell. This one for three. Another miss by Banchero. Nets trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Caldwell Pope outside. Banchero is screened for Caldwell Pope. Rebounded by the Nets.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Driving to the basket.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Wagner against Johnson. Banchero outside. Pass to Carter. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Here's Suggs. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Suggs has got his second basket.
Oh, terrific move offensively from Suggs. He is locked in on that shot and finishes.
Sharp with a screen on Banchero. Shays the pass to Russell. Here's Shays. He's covered by Banchero. Sharp. That's good. Sharp's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game. Here's Banchero. Shays with the rebound. Shays has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sharp with a screen on Banchero. Shays. And that one is hammered home.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay. Then they break out with that emphatic slam.
That's what lackluster defense will get you. You deserve to get dunked on with that type of effort.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Nets up 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
Black is out there with Cole Anthony. Then it's Paolo Banchero. Then there's Wagner. And it's Bitadze in its center. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Pass to Wagner. Anthony looking it over. Banchero against Johnson. From 11 feet away. And it's Banchero missing. Brooklyn trailing. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Shames. He's defended by Wagner. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Shot's good by Williams.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
To the paint. Here's Bitadze. Second chance shot, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bitadze's got 5 points in the quarter.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
Williams, a screen on Wagner. Here's Shames. He's got 10. Down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Analytics for the eye test. The optics or the numbers in front, Greg. When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender. But the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that team.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
In terms of defense, Greg, the Magic have taken some big steps forward.
Well, they really have. It was a focus for them last season, and it has paid off. They were the kind of team nobody wants to face, and it led to their first playoff berth since 2020.
And it's Carter missing. The Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
Yeah, they weren't doing themselves any favors missing all those free throws. You could sense the frustration mounting as the game went on.
To the left wing. Suggs against Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Nick Claxton. It's his first trip to the line.
Yeah, 76% from the line a season ago, and most would consider that to be a success.
Orlando making some changes. Hans Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Black. And a change for the Nets. Aaron Sharp, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. They get it again. Thomas, and that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Banchero, a screen on Melton. Pass to Carter. Puts up a 3. Shays with the rebound. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Sharp with a screen on Suggs. Shays the pass to Sharp. Johnson kicks to Melton. Here's Shays. He's covered by Suggs. Takes it inside. Shays can't hit.
I'm not sure what happened there. His family's in the building. I don't know. You have to finish those.
Caldwell-Pope passes to Banchero. Now, here's Suggs. Offline with his 3. Here's Shays. He's covered by Suggs. Sharp with a screen on Suggs. Here's Shays, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
The Magic making a switch here. Bitadze's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Sharp. Williams comes in for Johnson. And it's Russell in for DeAnthony Melton. Pass to Bitadze. Wagner against Williams. Fires the three. And that one's good. Wagner. Wagner's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
Something Wagner continues to work on. It's huge when he's connecting from outside.
Here's Shays. 11 points in the game. To the middle. Here's Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Suggs passes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Carter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round, but it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Shays the pass to Williams. It's hauled in by the Magic. Wagner's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Bitadze. To the wing on the left. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Nets with the lead. 1:15 left in the second quarter. Here's Williams. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Suggs. Shoots it up. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Suggs has got 8.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs, so dangerous in the pick and roll.
Johnson the screen. Shays the pass to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Heat. Johnson against Carter. Bitadze the pass to Suggs. The 3. Thomas grabs the rebound. Nets leading by 3.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Takes the 3. Drains the three-pointer. He has 5.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
From deep three-point territory. And so it's Brooklyn. With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter, they've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from...
Take a look at Orlando. Starting the season with a loss, you know they're ready to fight tonight. Don't want to start out 0-2.
I think the most important thing is they show improvement. Your record at this point in the season won't tell the whole story.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Nets.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up good shots for great ones.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half. Mosley has called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Wagner. Nails the baby hook. Wagner's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
And Brooklyn looking at it. Thomas is out there with Russell. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Williams. And it's Shays in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Suggs. He's got 10. Over in the corner, Banchero. Shot clock at 6. There's Wagner with the 3. Nice D from Shays. And it's Williams with the ball for the Nets. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin, but you just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA thanks. Banchero against Johnson. Banchero inside. Good on the bucket. Banchero's got 9.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Williams, a screen on Carter. Driving inside. This is the one-handed jam. Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Suggs. There's the try, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on D'Angelo Russell. For Orlando, they have shot 75% of the stripe, 6 of 8, and he can't get the first one. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
And the basket is good.
With his shooting ability, Johnson is a great screener in the two-man game.
Caldwell Pope outside. Wagner kicks to Banchero. Hits the three-point bomb. Banchero's got 7 points for the quarter. That's leading by 3. Here's Shays. He's got 16. Kicks it out to Johnson. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Wagner with it. Williams picks him up. Carter outside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Carter. Here's Wagner. He's off on that one. Nice D from Williams. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Shays. He's covered by Suggs. Over in the corner, Williams. Here's Johnson. Good work defensively by Carter.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Got a hand on it. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Anthony Black check. In for the Magic. The Nets also changing it up. Sharp comes in for Cameron Thomas. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Russell. Wagner outside. Carter with a screen on Johnson. To the paint. And then Carter with the jam.
And this is what you love about Carter. Sets great picks, and he's a monster rolling toward the cup.
Johnson with a screen on Banchero. Shays the pass to Johnson. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Black. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Banchero. Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession. So for the Magic, Goga Bitadze comes in for Carter. And Mo Wagner is subbed in for Banchero. And a change for the Nets. Johnson's checked in. Clock at 6. Wagner, right side. Connects on the 9-footer. Wagner's got his first basket. Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Johnson with a screen on Wagner. Shays the pass to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson the screen. Back to Sharp. They need this one. No good on that one. The Magic have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Here's Black. Wagner outside. Right block shot, and it's denied. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sharp. Anthony's checked in for Jalen Suggs. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. The Magic in second.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Here's Black. Still without a basket. Pass to Bitadze. Johnson against Anthony. 6 to shoot. Here's Black. Shoots over Melton. Another miss by Orlando. 51 seconds left in the third. Shays the pass to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
It really seems like everyone in the league can elevate these days. And Johnson, well, he's no exception.
Black dishes to Anthony. Wagner with a screen for Anthony. Wagner kicks to Black.
Brooklyn foul.
Wilson is checked in for Cameron Johnson.
14 foul. Coming on the floor for the Nets. Number 22, Jalen Wilson.
34 seconds left to play in the third. Black the pass to Bitadze. Count that one. Bitadze's got 9.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Nets have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Melton. Still yet to score. Here's Shays. Sharp with a screen on Wagner. Shays the pass to Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Here's Anthony. Drops it in from 14 feet away. He has 5.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 2. And we'll be back right after this. It's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
I feel like we've seen more slip passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. We've got Banchero. Anthony is out there with Black. Then there's Wagner. And it's Bitadze in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Outside Anthony. Over Johnson. Wagner wide open. No good from outside. The Nets with the lead. Here's Shays. Back to Wilson. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Banchero inside. He's against Wilson, and he recovers it. Nets leading by 4. Sharp with a screen on Anthony. Shays the pass to Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
For Orlando, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Pass to Bitadze. Down low. Pulls it up. Banchero, that's good. 14 points for Paolo Banchero.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
Here's Shays. He's defended by Wagner. Howard down with both hands.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Nets.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they held that down tonight.
The Magic making a switch here. Suggs is checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Thomas checked in for Wilson. And Trendon Watford subbed in for Johnson. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley said to his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other up. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. Shays the pass to Sharp. Here's Shays. Sharp with a screen on Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now, here's Suggs. D right on him. Banchero passes to Thompson. How's that for an answer? And back with the dunk.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Milton. And it's Russell in for Trendon Watford. Here's Shays. Screen by Claxton. Inside. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Banchero a screen for Anthony. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Carter, he's checked in for the Magic. Franz Wagner comes in for Black.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
To the middle, here's Johnson. Yes, that goes in.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
The Magic trail by 4. Wagner with it. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
He takes it in. Shays can't hit. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. Here's Suggs. Banchero outside. Carter with a screen on Russell. To tie it up. And it's Banchero missing.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Russell, no luck. Magic have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Banchero left side. Inside. Here's Carter. No good. That would have tied it. The Nets have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Claxton a screen on Banchero. Claxton no good.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Suggs against Johnson. Carter. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Carter's gotten only 4 of his 11 shots to fall here so far. Screen by Claxton. Shays the pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Feed the interior. Good things will happen.
The Magic trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He knows every possession is critical now. He's checked in for Orlando. And the Nets making a change here as well. Williams, he's checked in for Cameron Johnson. Wagner on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Banchero outside. And the rejection by Claxton. Here's Shays. He's covered by Suggs. To the paint. Here's Williams. And another assist for him. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel. Actively seeking out his teammate.
Pass to Banchero. Wagner on the wing. He started by Williams. And then Carter with the dunk.
And the hard work pays off big time for Carter, doing whatever his team needs him to do.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away. The Nets making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Claxton a screen on Banchero. Driving in. And the basket by Shays. Shays has got 12 points here in the second half. The Magic trail by 6. Suggs looking around. Banchero dishes to Suggs. Caldwell Pope with a screen for Suggs. Back to Banchero. Rebound, Brooklyn.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Got a piece of it.
Good awareness on D there. Wagner wanting to be a difference maker defensively.
Carter on the wing. Russell against Suggs. Banchero a screen on Russell. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance of... And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
Game, another win. Back to work tomorrow. They talk the talk, but you walk the walk.
Congrats to MP on his first 20-point game. I remember the first time I scored 20 in college. An amazing feeling.
Get ready to rumble, young blood.